The charity Hindu Swam Sevak Sangh UK, commonly known as HSS, was registered in 1974. HSS enjoys charitable status because it
advances the Hindu religion and educates the public in the Hindu ideals and way of life,
as this promotional video demonstrates. But we've heard allegations that in private it's actually also teaching young Hindus to denigrate other religions. To see if we can find out more, our second reporter, Ravi, is going undercover to attend the HSS annual leadership camp at a school in Hertfordshire. Talk me through how you worked undercover in this camp.
Being in there for 10 days, I didn't really realise how stressful it would be, how much I would miss outside contact. You have to always be thinking, am I rolling? Is my camera working? Can people even see where my equipment is? Yes, sir.
Here the boys sing, play, learn, and are taught martial arts. On arriving in camp, the first thing Ravi spots is a portrait of this man, Golwalkar, taking pride of place on the stage in the main hall. In a book published during the Second World War, Golwalkar wrote,
"To keep up the purity of the race and its culture, Germany shocked the world by purging the country of the Semitic races, the Jews. Germany has also shown how well-nigh impossible it is for races and cultures, having differences going to the root, to be assimilated into one united whole, a good lesson for us in Hindustan to learn and profit by."
A teacher's recommending the children buy Golwalkar's more moderate book that's on sale at the camp.
For anyone else is interested, a bunch of thoughts by Guruji.
What's the last one called?
But this book still contains a chapter entitled Internal Threats, with the subcategories the Muslims, the Christians and the Communists. At his first Hindu history class, Ravi discovers that teaching the children to distrust other religions isn't just confined to textbooks. It's also a key message in lessons. Some of the boys here are just 13 years old. They're taught about great moments in India's history.
First democracy to elect woman prime minister is India. India is the 7th nuclear power in the world. Now it is 4th.
But they're told these are exclusively Hindu achievements.
These are all the things credit to Hindus, not everybody.
Ravi discovers Hindu nationalism is a regular theme in this teacher's lessons. The teacher asks a boy to recap a previous session.
So it was an agenda that the British had against the Hindus in India, to try and make them feel inferior, and make them feel lesser than them.
In another lesson, the teacher goes even further.
To destroy the Hindu history is the secret conspiracy of the Christians.
20 minutes later, he dismisses Buddhism as just Hinduism in disguise.
So 2005 years back was the Buddha. He has spread the message of Buddhism, which is nothing but part of Hinduism.
But the religion that's criticized the most is Islam. And the teacher doesn't just confine his role to history. He's also more than happy to tell the children about the present day.
Do you think Muslims are the biggest problem?
For everybody, for everybody.
Ravi finds the teacher taking an even harsher line on Muslims after class.
See, if it comes to Islam, they are the world's squarest religion and they don't have common sense to find out what is humanity and all that. But
our reporter Ravi is himself Hindu. But the language and form of the religion being taught to these young boys is alien to him. So he decides to challenge the teacher.
Aren't we taught to try and go out there and get world peace through non-violent actions?
Ravi is interrupted by a fellow classmate.
You can't really unify Muslims.
I just put it out there, like, it's two different things.
You can't unify Muslims. It doesn't work.
Nowhere it works. Not in America, not in Germany, not in India, not in Bangladesh. Nowhere. But there are some good Muslims, but they can be counted on fingers.
After class, Ravi speaks to the student who interrupted him.
You know that whole chat that we just had?
Yeah.
Like, how much do you agree with, like, the whole anti-Muslim kind of...
Muslims. I live in Bradford. Have to hit.
Have you got a big community in Bradford?
Massive. 14.
Really?
Just both khakis. Terrible.
But then I don't think we should...
No, we should kill them, obviously. We're not like them.
Yeah.
Just keep them out of society somehow without killing them.
And Ravi finds another classmate with similar views.
These people they think they have the rights to build a mosque anywhere they want. We can't build a temple anywhere they want. But it's just khakis. They could build they could literally demolish this and turn it into a mosque if they wanted to. If I was the Prime Minister, I would have bombed every single bit.
Go Walker.
Day after day, our reporter follows shouted orders and is taught to march in military formation. The discipline of the camp is demonstrated in this promotional video posted by an HSS supporter. Many of the leaders talk about the camp in entirely positive terms.
I think there's 80 different towns and cities represented here, and we've all come together. That's like one big superhero. So you're part of this superhero.
By bringing Hindus together, we can spread this word of world peace, world harmony.
But Ravi runs into one young man who's aware of the origins of HSS.
Shark is known as a right-wing movement, complete right-wing, nationalist, and we're equated as like LSUs.
But then two leaders walk up. The boy stops mid-sentence. After they've gone, our reporter picks up the conversation where they left off.
So it's completely right-wing and nationalist.
It's completely right-wing and nationalist. That's Hitler's youth, when Hitler's youth army.
For real?
Yeah.
Our experts analysed our footage. Professor Shaitan Bhatt has criticised HSS in his academic work.
You have a charity here promoting hate-driven ideas that have caused considerable violence in India to British youngsters, and doing that under charitable purposes. What you see here is an environment being created in which hate speech like this is completely acceptable. And if you have that inculcated into young children, what do you expect apart from this kind of hate speech?
To destroy the Hindu history is the secret conspiracy of the Christians.
You're seeing the promotion of sectarianism and hatred towards other religions. And you have to see that in the context of Britain and living in Britain and living with different groups and communities.
You can't unify Muslims. It doesn't work.
Nowhere it works. Not in America, not in Germany, not in India, not in Bangladesh.
Obviously, this is a respected elder who is going to be looked up to, and that leads to prejudice, which is very hard to shift.
If it comes to Islam, they are the world's greatest religion.
Now, surely a charity should be encouraging young children to think about other people, to think about how we live in a society like Britain. Instead, what you see is the promotion of division.
There are some good Muslims, but they can be counted on fingers.
Here you see the children are hanging on his words, and he's coming out with the most foul views. It's chilling that a charity could be promoting this kind of view to young children.
HSS UK told us that
the depiction of us as anti any other religion is wrong and counterproductive to the positive work HSS has done in building interfaith relations. We promote Hindu values, which are about cohesiveness, duty